I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to have faith that you're going to provide this type of vehicle for me. Like, you're going to provide a way better vehicle. So I was looking all over the place, looking online and looking for car dealerships. I went to a few dealerships within the 2 to 3 months, and I was turned down. So, well, it was one car dealership that would let me get a vehicle, but I didn't like their vibe. They didn't seem very attentive. They seemed kind of lazy. And then the vehicle that they showed me, I can't really visualize how it would look. So I didn't go with them. And I did think that God wanted to give me something luxurious, because something that I've seen, but I believe that it wasn't necessarily that. Um, so I was thinking about a luxury car. I'm just going to say that without getting into too much detail. But then my second thing was that I wanted I wanted a black vehicle, because I really like the way dark cars look. I think it looks very um, modern, and grown woman-esque. Like, I'm about to be 30 years old in December, so I'm wanting something that was like, sophisticated, didn't make me look too young, and I just felt good. I think that it has a sexy vibe and a non-sexual. Oh Lord, hopefully y'all don't get offended by that word, but I felt that it had that vibe in a good way, not in a, I don't know. I just had like a nice sophisticated look. I should use that word rather than sexy. But I just love the way a nice dark shiny black car looks. Yeah, so I was going for that type of vibe. So yeah, the first dealership that I went to, I didn't like their vibe. Then I went to another dealership that was far from where I live. I'm traveling everywhere on the bus, everywhere that I need to go. I don't want to bother anybody for any rides. My grandmother, I was doing Lyft here and there, but for the most part, I was just trying to do public transportation. So doing the bus and sometimes the train. Um, yeah, and trying to avoid getting lifts and taxis at all costs. So yeah, it was a lot going back and forth everywhere I needed to go for months at a time, or for months or whatever. So I went to another vehicle dealership. They would work with me once they looked at my stuff or whatever. My income was pretty okay, whatever. I didn't have any problems with my income, but I did have problems with my credit. And then, this other place, they needed to check for pay stubs. I don't work a 9 to 5 job. I'm an entrepreneur. So I didn't have pay stubs. And then I had things tied up where I had multiple accounts with money going in, but I wasn't able to get a bank statement for my main account. I actually had to get me a new account. And thank God for that, because I got turned down from multiple banks as well. So embarrassing, but I thank God that now I have a regular bank account again. But since before that happened, when my account that I had before, I could use that card almost anywhere, have no problems going to the ATM to have money out. But so it's a prepaid card, but I didn't have access to bank statements. And come to find out, I had requested for them to send me a bank statement. They were supposed to send it to me in the mail. I never received it to this day. So thank God I didn't become stagnant and just kept on waiting, because I was waiting for probably at least a month for those bank statements to come. And thank God I didn't just stay there. I decided, it just came to me. Actually, I had no other choice. And when I get to one of the last points, it'll lead up to this, but I actually had to open up a bank account, and I actually got turned down for multiple accounts because of my credit or whatever. Um, Mistakes in the past from helping people, and also my own personal mistakes, it bit me in the behind. So I was able to prove my income, basically. So they did say that I would be able to get approved for a SIM card, but they need to see those bank statements if I don't have bank pay stubs. So that didn't work out, because I was waiting for those bank statements and they never came. So I ended up looking for at other places. Then I went to another place that was well known, and I got turned down because of my credit. So I was able to prove my income, but they said my credit wasn't good enough or whatever. So then I was thinking about doing Drive Time. So I'm looking at reviews for Drive Time, and my mom recommended Drive Time to me, but they had good reviews, but then they had some iffy ones, and then also I would have to travel up to a location to get the vehicle. So I'm like, okay, the nearest location, I'm in New Jersey, the nearest one is PA, I believe. Yeah, PA was my location I was going to go to. And then when I looked at the dealership, I didn't really see vehicles that I really wanted. And then before I get to the last car dealership I got approved for, I just want you guys to know that another thing that I heard was 2017. So I heard 2017 vehicle, but I'm like, Lord, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to afford 2017 type of car for the type of cars I like. I'm starting to like really like, before cars didn't really matter to me. I was really simple when it came to cars. I had a few cars that I wanted in my life that I really wanted, but I didn't really, this time around, I didn't really know what I wanted. Besides the Infiniti, I didn't know what I wanted. I'm like, okay, Infiniti, that's a little too much. I can't do that right now. I came to terms with that. But I'm like, Lord, I can't. It's no cars that I have in mind that I want. I don't know what to get. Every car that I would look at once I got to the last dealership place, I just could not decide that I really wanted it. Like, it was, I like something about it, but then I would like something about it, and then I was like, I don't know if this is the car for me. So I started praying, like, God, I don't know what car I should get or whatever. I just didn't know what kind of car I want, and I was so stuck on getting a black car as well because I wanted that look, that I was just looking at black cars too, but it was so hard to try to find a black vehicle that I wanted. But let me get back to the Drive Time. So yeah, it was, I would have to go up there, so I'm like, I'll have to spend money to get down to PA in either a lift or a train or something like that, and then come back. And then I was kind of nervous to have to drive back from PA. Now I drove further out to PA before, so I'm not, before this accident happened, I wasn't afraid, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be ready to drive back on the highway since I got kind of, you know, shook up from that accident. So I'm like, you know what, that's not the best idea. Sorry for this light, the sun is like beaming. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, the sun had came out, but yeah, so yeah, I had canceled out, so I ended up canceling out Drive Time. So the next thing was Carvana. So when I seen Drive Time and Carvana, I was leaning towards them. I just felt it like maybe I should try them. I'm like, you know what, because I kept on seeing commercials on TV, and then I started looking up reviews on YouTube, and I heard pretty good things about both of them, but I had started to lean more towards Carvana. Carvana had excellent reviews. So I started to look at Carvana, look at cars. I seen some cars that I did like, and I eventually had started being confused on what type of car I should get. So I had lots of cars saved in my dashboard that I saved to my favorites, and I'm just looking through them for I actually probably did this for about a month. So I had ended up filling out my information, like put it in my income, self-employed. I uploaded all my bank statements that I had from online, all the information that I needed. I filled that out, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, they approved me, but then
something else happened. Oh, I couldn't link my bank account